All right, ladies and gentlemen, all of you fine people, we're just waiting just for me. Episode, okay, we are live. Episode 69, that's right. It is not a joke, okay? I'm dead ass. It is literally episode 69, so let all the jokes just roll free. Even dark in BCLG. Thank you, Jake the Great. Kick a Boogan Boy, what's up, brother? Thank you for that patch order. That was awesome. Glad to hear that. And hey, he said it. So we have a really special guest tonight. I don't know if you guys have seen him. We have a lot of cross viewership with John Crump and also with Flying Rich, 2A EDU, and some of the fine PewTubers out here. But we have, damn, Zach Carr is already throwing money at us. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Zach Carr with the super chat saying nice. Yeah, you guys may know him already. It's a very special guest. I'll tell you what, I'll hit you with the timer and then we'll go ahead and introduce him. So hang tight for 1 second, y'all. All right. I love using that timer. I'm not going to lie. So get used to it. Plus, it keeps us from using curse words in the first 30 seconds. So it's a huge win. Okay, so today I have a very special guest, Jordan, the founder of JSD Supply and Patmos, which is perfect for a Building Freedom episode. So let's welcome him on in. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man? How's everybody doing?
Good, man. Thanks so much for coming on, man. It's
for sure.
Really great to have you here. Zach Carr already shot a super chat saying nice, but I think that was to the whole 69 comment. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I know my place.
I told you a little bit about how we do kind of a Building Freedom, I guess episodes. And you're the founder of JSD Supply and also Patmos as well. And go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Jordan with JSD Supply. That's kind of our retail business. Started about 8 years ago, 2013. We sell everything we can get our hands on 80% wise. So do-it-yourself, home-built firearms. Starting to move into some 3D print parts to go along with that, all the Glock stuff, of course. Just got some Smith & Wesson parts in this week too, or a couple weeks ago, I guess now. But nice. So I'm doing that for a little while and hit up some gun shows and pretty active online and everything, trying to push the industry forward. As best we can there. So, and then Patmos Arms is just kind of our manufacturing line, I guess you could say. It's kind of our house brand. We sell to a ton of different dealers that are in the same line of business as JSD is. So it's a little easier brand to market than JSD slides or whatever. So that's kind of our manufacturing side of the business there.
Nice. And 80%. Oh, thanks, Putang. 80%. I'll say home builds just in general have kind of blown up, I'd say, over the past maybe 5 to 7 years roughly. And I think the popularity of 80% receivers, the new companies coming out, companies like you offering very high value solutions. I'd call it low cost, high value solutions for home builds. It's been a game changer. And then, of course, the evolution of 3D printing and all that have kind of brought all of us to this point where I knew when the government started to get involved that when they think it's a problem, we're just starting to get to a good place where people are, building firearms legally at their home. But you've been really doing a great job. I've seen you all over the place. I've seen you on Instagram. I've seen you on John Crump's show, Flying Rich's show, just kind of all over. So you said you started it 8 years ago?
Yeah, about 2013. So just started just basically as a side hustle because I hated my job. So researched the death out of it. I wanted to make sure everything was legal. I love guns. I love the Second Amendment and everything that stands for. But I also have a family and need to make sure that I'm on this side of the law. So we started there with just with basic AR-15 stuff. A handful of forgings and some jigs, and sold a few online, and then slowly built up and had enough inventory to hit up a gun show, and just kind of the rest is history from there. And then the Glock stuff started, I think in about 2016, I think was when Paul and Brady released their Glock product. Mm-hmm. So that's really was kind of the turning point for us. That really set us off. So we started out buying just factory Glock guns and then stripping them down. I was buying up every Glock I get my hands on. So that's kind of, at that point, we realized it was expensive. Factory Glocks cost the same no matter who you are, really. So, you got to make money on it. So you're selling that plus a frame you got to make money on. So everything was coming in more money than if you just went to the store and bought a Glock. So that kind of spurred us on to come up with our own manufacturing line and our own slides and parts and things like that. So that's kind of what started us down that path for the Patmos Arms brand, was just to get less expensive parts out and just provide more products for the community, at a much better price. So
yeah, dude. I mean, I was like seriously impressed. The first time I started going through, I actually, I don't know if you kind of put the two together, but I was the weirdo that hit you up on eBay. Like, holy shit, is this the guy that But that was under my real name. So
okay,
cool.
Yeah. We just started doing eBay a couple months ago. We got kicked off for a while. PayPal stole $4,500 from us. So
what?
So we kind of jumped back on eBay here in the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 months or so, just trying to feel that out. But
dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of money, Putane Clan, thank you for the super chat, brother. He said, "Ooh, take something off." I don't know who that was geared towards. But
definitely towards you, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take a house slipper off.
Yeah, there you go.
So you said you're making some Smith & Wesson parts too?
Well, so right now we're going to be. We just bought factory guns, just like we started with the Glocks, just to try to get some momentum into that direction and get a feel for what that market looks like. We don't want to go and make 5,000 slides and the market only needs 1,000 or something like that. So
yeah,
we're going to start with factory parts. That's easier, quicker to get into it. We have an 80% Smith & Wesson M&P down at the ATF. It's been there for like 3.5 years.
No shit.
Yeah, so that was kind of like our next big push, but who knows now with this potential rule change. And they told me probably 3 weeks ago they're not going to answer me now. They finally gave me an answer is that they're not going to answer me until they figure out if this rule change is going to go through or not. So,
oh, dude, that's horseshit.
Yeah. So that's part of the problem with being in this business. That's the biggest headache we have is we can't release products in any kind of timely fashion. ATF just slow plays everything. They know what we're doing, of course. We have to ask them basically permission to do it. So
yeah. Now looking at like, well, it's funny because these people have gotten in trouble, but let's say SB Tactical, for an example, they started getting approval for everything and then had a meeting with their attorneys and said, hey, as long as we're putting something out with this general design with rubber flap and polymer housing, like, can we just get designs out there? And they agreed. I may be a little too edgy here, but could you just say, F it, we're just going to put it out and see what happens?
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it internally, and then, I mean, there's a couple companies out there right now that are selling popular products that don't have a determination letter.
Yeah.
And they use the same lawyers that we would use. I mean, there's a select, 4 or 5 guys out there that are former ATF and, expert witnesses for court hearings and things like that we've talked to. And I can read the law as much as they can. I understand what a firearm is or is not. So we could release it, but then, you face the issue that Rare Breed Triggers is looking at now.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's a perfect example.
Right. So I actually have another industry friend that made a Rare Breed trigger that same style or same technology back in maybe 2017, 2018. We were going to release it with him, and he got denied on his determination. So it kind of fizzled out and we never moved forward with it. And then Rare Breed came out, I don't know if it was this year or end of last year, whenever that was. And it's basically identical to my buddy's trigger. And it's like, well, let's see what happens. And here we are. So they're, facing some serious issues, I think. But I mean, if the court sees it the way that the definition is written and what it does and how it functions and how it works, it's for sure not a machine gun.
By their definition.
Yeah.
The problem is that, that's just using silly logic and reasoning,
Right.
Yeah.
You never know until it happens. I mean, it could go the correct way, which is, no, this isn't a machine gun, or they could be in crazy town and, they just rule however they want to rule, like the bump stock. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the perfect example, right? But I think it is literally in the name. It is a forced reset trigger.
Right.
But I think also, there's a lot of, because we've kind of dug in a lot into this subject, just with everything that's going on with Rare Breed. John Crump, huge shout out to him. He's been giving us a lot of great information on this. He came on our last live stream with Flying Rich. We had a long form conversation about it, but I think there's a good bit of knowledge, training, and information lacking at the tech branch. Yeah. And, just because something feels like it spit out 5 rounds with the, single pull of a trigger, doesn't necessarily mean, I think that there's an opportunity for them to become more educated, and not just them. I mean, I think the general populace, people that aren't, gun savvy, they're not going to be studying this type of stuff. So.
Yeah. And there's no set testing procedures either. It's just kind of luck of the draw with whoever you get down at the tech branch. If they understand what they're doing and understand how to test it, then that's great. If they don't, then it's, your guess is as good as mine if something's going to come of it. With the Rare Breed trigger and my buddy's trigger, and actually a third submission I had read too of a similar trigger, they use a zip tie and they click it and click it and click it until it goes off. Then they load 2 rounds and do it again. Well, the problem with a zip tie or anything plastic is there's elasticity to it. So it bounces. Now, it seems kind of silly to think of it that way, but that's science. That's what happens. That's physics. So it's not a static hold of the trigger. It's flapping off of that plastic zip tie. But that's the kind of test that they do. I mean, they're using zip ties to try to figure out if something is a felony or not.
That's crazy.
It's ludicrous. Yeah.
So hold on. So tell me more about that. What in the world could they zip tie, which of course is going to break down, like you said, and expand. And what were they? I can't even imagine what they were testing. Triggers with zip ties?
So they take the zip tie and basically tie it around the trigger and the grip. So they'll click it and tighten it back towards the grip. So it pulls the trigger slower and slowly back, and then finally it'll set off the hammer and ignite the round and then fire the round. So they sit there and do that, and then they'll click it one more time or whatever. And so they basically sit there and jostle it around until they can rip off 2 rounds. Boom, and now that's a machine gun.
Wow.
So and I have an additional friend that has a trigger for a 22 caliber rifle. They did the same thing to him, and it was because there were dirty parts in the gun. It was a malfunction, basically, of why it ripped off 2 rounds. It was not by the design, so they're changing some things to make sure that doesn't happen again. But
I mean, anything mechanical can potentially have a
fail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, even Glocks, we see it all the time that guys have, almost a binary trigger, a pull and release or a double fire, and that's just a malfunction of the gun. I mean, there's nothing that individual did any differently than you or I would do. The connector needs bent at a different angle, or, the cruciform's not engaging the striker, the whole way or whatever properly. So, there's all kinds of stuff that can go on. So is that guy, did he create a machine gun? Well, I guess for, 2 rounds he did or whatever, but it's no fault of his own. It's just a malfunction of the firearm.
I found that especially in, what's up, Too Many Choices? Let me see real quick. Gertchop, Putane Clan, Flying Rich, Swampy, Chuck Norris Gun Club, Sport Brand. What's up, y'all? Thirsty Colt, what's up? Too Fast RC, welcome. Thomas Darnell, welcome. I know. Oh, what's up, masses? There may be some new folks in here. Shooting Gallery New England. What's up, brother? End is near. Beware. A-dubs. So there may be some new folks in here. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. So it's interesting. What I've seen is, specifically with people that have built Glocks have like P80s. Their pins may be off. The clearance may be off with the rear trigger housing, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, I created a binary trigger for a Glock. Yeah. When really it's just I guess you could call it a malfunction or, improper fitment or whatever. But the guy, Print, Shoot, Repeat, have you seen him on YouTube? So we're also working on getting him on the show. So cool. Print, Shoot, Repeat, if you're watching this, Cody Wilson is going to reach out to you and ask you to join us. So please do.
I'll beat him up too. I'll throw some jabs
for you. Hell yeah, man. Yeah. That'd be awesome. And you can wear your ski mask. I'll actually have Toxic Patch Co. make you a ski mask just for the show.
Yeah. I'll pay for it.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll go halvesies.
Yeah.
Have you ever interacted with him?
Yeah, we talked a little bit. Yep.
Oh, dude, that'd be epic. So talk a little bit about your products. I think the price point, the quality, I've actually handled a lot of your products, mostly at the John Crump bunker, but and with Rich, as well. But yeah, talk a little bit about your products like the slides and kits and all that stuff.
Yeah, sure. So we our main product, or the most selling product, is our Glock lineup. So we do the full everything. So G43 up to G17. Do some G21s and parts are available, but kind of our basic one is just front and rear serrations, chamfered edges. So it's just kind of a basic, no frills, just works. So that's kind of where we started. That's our workhorse. We do tons and tons and tons of those. And so we call that the Judah, the Patmos Arms Judah line. And then we have the Revelation series of slides. So that kind of adds a little fancier serrations front and rear.
Those are dope.
Yeah, so thanks. Some window cuts in them, and then the RMR and a cover plate. One thing with the RMR cuts, first of all, people think RMR cut is like a standard or a universal cut. They don't realize, they think it means a red dot cut, and so they try to buy a Vortex or something. It's like, no, man, it's designed for one footprint. So we always have fun with that. But
I can't get my Vortex Spark on my Aimpoint Micro. It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
And there are a couple other red dots that fit the RMR footprint.
Yeah, right.
And I actually have some questions about that, but please feel free to continue.
Yeah. So, and then the next is we developed a P320, 6-hour P320 80% receiver. Thanks, Jacob. So the 80% P320. So we had to go through the ATF for that too. So like I was saying about luck of the draw, our guy was pretty good on that. He actually called me about a couple things to have us change, and we got it figured out. But so that's probably our favorite product. So we have that and a jig, finishing jig for it, and do all the loader parts kits, slide parts. And then we have our P320 line of slides and barrels and stuff too. So the next one, I saw somebody in here was asking about the MUP 247. That's our SIG P365 80% receiver. We got production samples in like maybe last month, I think, and there was a couple little spots that needed change. So with a metal injection mold, it's tough. You got to change it. It gets heated up, and it's just a whole big process. So it takes forever to change minor things on it. So we have some more samples coming in next week, and it should be good to go after that. So that's kind of our next exciting.
No one else is coming out with 365 P80 or 80% kits.
Yeah. So we're really excited about that. We've been excited about that for like 2 years or so.
Really?
It just takes forever, man. Yeah. We thought we had it figured out, and we had a 3D printing place that does metal 3D printing.
Nice.
And so we gave them the spec and everything, and we can hold your tolerances. We can make as little or as many as you want within a couple of weeks or whatever. And cool. So we don't have to stock much inventory, just maybe a week or two's worth. And they started cranking them out. They were all, I don't know that any of them were good. So we had to go back to the drawing board and finally find a metal injection mold house that could do it. So we're waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting on that. But we want it to be good. I can't, I don't want to release a product that's like going to halfway work. It's going to be a firearm eventually. So we want it to function properly from the get-go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you do already have other P360 or SIG 365 items available, like slides and things like that.
Yeah, we have all that stuff in stock waiting to go. We're going to release all of it at the same time. Flying Rich actually has, maybe other than mine, the only our 365 slide in the wild. So
nice.
That might be a first there, so he can tout that if he wants. I'll give him
I've
that
actually
title.
seen that.
Cool.
I've put my hands on it. We were lucky enough to, so myself, John Crump, and Flying Rich were all in the same place physically, and we all did a stream together, and it was cool as hell. It was awesome, and I actually got to see it. That was really cool, and got to mess around with it. So being able to actually see and handle the items, like you already got my business. I've built way too many Glocks, and just give them away to the homeless. Just kidding. Jokes. And I was talking to my brother, and him and I want to do a couple more builds, and I was like, dude, let's get off of eBay and come over here, and we're looking to pick up some slides from you. So probably this week. Oh, what's up, John Crump? So I was really impressed. So where are the slides made, or do you want to talk about that, or is it super secret, or
super secret? It's they're all made in the U.S. So we don't physically manufacture them. We contract everything out.
Okay.
I pull the rest of my little bit of hair out if I had to run a machine shop as well as a retail and e-commerce store. So
I can only imagine.
Yeah, so we contract out with a couple different shops that we've been using for years, and they're fantastic. They make tons and tons of parts for us. So,
that's awesome.
They do a great job. So, and they deal with the headaches and the screw ups and whatever. And I ultimately pay for it in the end, but I don't have to deal with the headache up front. So,
just the financial headache.
Yeah, the financial headache. Yeah.
So that's dope. So all of them are made in the U.S.
Yeah.
And you really have a healthy stock of shit on your website. And you don't only stock your stuff, right? Like I saw some Zev stuff on there, I think.
Zafiri, yeah, we have some Zafiri stuff too.
Okay.
When he has it in stock, we buy up a bunch of stuff. So I think we're getting low. We'll probably have to bug him for some more things. But
Nice.
Yeah, we try to mix it up a little bit. I mean, we really like high volume stuff, so that's kind of where our price is where it's at. So it's kind of a catch-22. So you either sell a bunch of stuff to be able to buy a bunch of stuff, or make a bunch of stuff to get your price down.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of make that leap. Either you got to get your price down first to get the volume up usually, and then you go and make bigger purchases and stuff. So that's kind of where we're at now. So we're starting to expand out a little bit. Just trying to have some new stuff, keep everything fresh.
Yeah. And just to confirm, because I actually had one of the folks in my community we're called Glowies, but it's a long story.
Okay.
One of the folks in my community asked if you guys have 10 mil stuff. Not currently, right?
Yeah, no, not currently. We only had a handful of 10 mil stuff, and that was whenever Glock, we would buy full Glock guns and strip them down.
Gotcha.
So we can make the slides. That's no big deal. The internal parts is the issue right now with the G20, G21s. So Glock basically quit selling internal stuff since COVID started. So we've not done anything with that. If you can't get the rest of the parts, there's really no point in us making anything. Once those parts become available, then we'll start cranking those back out again.
Oh yeah, awesome. But you do have 21 options, or you used it?
Yeah, I think we just sold out of the last batch that we had. We have more running.
Okay, cool.
Running, so.
Do you want to, for the folks in here, you want to discuss price point? You want them to check that out on their own?
Oh yeah, I can talk about it. Yeah. So
that's what I find to be, and so not to cut you off, just to add this in, like that's what I found to be most impressive is that I was looking at slides that were 250, 300, like I was literally about to buy a Steel City Arsenal slide for like $319, and then I stumbled across your site, and you can go ahead and go from there.
yeah, cool. Yeah, Steel City's a good guy. We know him too. But so like our slides, our strip slides, for the basic stuff, it's $149 stripped. I think we go up to maybe $289 with that complete slide for our Judah line for all of them.
Okay, hold on. I need you guys to hear that. So I want to make sure that you heard that loud and clear. For slides, U.S. made slides of high quality for $149, which is like, look anywhere you want on the internet. If you find something like that, it's usually dog shit. I'm just saying. And then, that just blew me away. And then complete slides, complete uppers for Glocks for sub $300. Like, that's crazy. Sorry.
Yeah. So we've been doing that for a while. We even held. I think we maybe bumped up, maybe $10 or $20 here or there throughout this pandemic, just because our supply, prices went up and that sort of stuff. But we've been able to hold that for probably 2 years now, or maybe even 3. So that's kind of where the sweet spot is for us. We get to sell a bunch of stuff and keep the machines cranking. And then the G21 stuff, I think, is maybe a little bit more, just because we have to use factory Glock parts in those, and just a bigger material, so it costs us a little bit more. But it's not too bad. Yeah.
Butane Clay said boner time. That's awesome. Yeah. Someone says 10 millimeter is not a pistol caliber.
Yeah.
Wouldn't argue with you. And neither is 5.7. Both of them, I wouldn't want to get shot by either one.
Right.
Yeah. So you guys have mostly 26, 19, 17, and do you have and I'm not sure if this is true, but I heard there are some people that shoot 40 caliber.
40s, yeah. There's not very many of them. Everyone pretends like they do until I have them in stock and we don't sell any. So those are coming back. I think we got some in the production schedule. Maybe I'm going to say next week, and then someone's going to roast me because we won't get them in. But we have some coming in the next week or two in 40 cal, probably 23s. and then some 27s. But yeah, we don't sell it. So through this stupid pandemic, we had to keep up with demand, and the demand was G19s. So that's what we made. So we're going to make what we sell the most of, and that's what it was. So for all you 40 cal guys, you haven't been able to get anything for what, a year and a half now, probably. So, or if you did, it was super expensive. But yeah, our stuff will be coming back in soonish.
Yeah, I keep hearing people say, I stick with 40, through the pandemic because ammo is cheap and parts are cheap. And I was like, where?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I'm, it's kind of a joke. Like, it's nothing specifically against. Hold on, John Crump just hit me up. My uncle, Kim Stolfer, is in the gun world in Pennsylvania.
Oh, it's a small world, I guess, huh?
Yeah, you can thank him. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just being funny.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah. So 26s, 19s, 17s. I think I saw some 34 stuff.
We've had some 34s. Usually we get those from Zafiri.
Okay. So that's how you say it. I always called it like Zafiri or something. Like I just made up.
Yeah, you can make it up.
I'm right now. I got a Lone Wolf, Freedom Wolf that needs to be completed, but it's so weird. They for some reason you can put Gen 3 parts in it, except you need to have a Gen 4 trigger housing, and a Gen 4 mag release. And I'm like, dude, like, come on, how come? That's okay. So I'm working on that, and I'm just lazy and don't want to get a Gen 3 parts kit and a couple Gen 4 parts.
Right.
And then I have another Gen 3, the blue titanium 19. Yeah. That's dope. So I would love to put the, what is it, Judah slide?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the standard one. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Revelations with the windows and everything.
Revelations. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably pick up a couple of those, and my brother wants to grab one too. That's milled for a red dot, so he'll probably grab the Revelation. Now, interesting that you selected those names. Talk a little bit about Patmos, because when I first asked, I was like, Patmos, that's like in Greece or something, right? So, talk a little bit about how you came to the name of the company and all that.
Yeah. So Patmos was the island that John was jailed on when he wrote the Book of Revelation. So I don't know if I was going through it or whatever at the time where I was trying to come up with a company name, but I just kind of like some of the visuals in there. Some of it's kind of like scary or whatever. Talks about like a bunch of different, monsters essentially, and different things like that. So I just kind of thought that was cool and figured we could probably pull some interesting names and that sort of thing out of that. So we just kind of go with that. And like Judah is a tribe of Israel, that sort of thing. So I'm a Christian, so that's kind of, one of the other hobbies or interests I have, I guess you could say, outside of the firearms world. But just figured we'd give a head nod to that side of my life too. So
then you should definitely, I think it would be really cool if you came out with some type of kit or build kit or a slide and named it Lazarus.
Yeah,
like it rose from the dead and put like some cool like spin on it. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah,
that one people can pronounce too. There's some other ones in there. I'm like, this is really cool. This means something sweet. It's like, nobody can pronounce that. So
yeah. So a lot of people are talking about calibers. They're talking about 22 TCM. Saw somebody shout out 9x25, 357 SIG. That's Swamp Dog. What's up, buddy? 357 SIG. Yeah, and 32 ACP. Sorry, you're on your own for 32 ACP and
Yeah.
25. If we could do a double stack Glock and 32 ACP and have it be like 32 plus one with a flush fitting magazine,
Yeah.
you
Oh
know,
my.
they probably have it like in Europe or something, but it's
Yeah.
probably like 6 plus one. I know they do have the 380s out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
We
okay,
get a lot of
so
requests for 380s. I don't know why,
like
but
as in the Glock 42 or in like traditional size Glocks?
they don't care. They would take a G19 and a 380 if we could do it, but there's magazine issues, I would think. So the P365, you can do a 380. It's just a barrel swap, I guess, and they put a little shim in the back of the magazine on a standard P365 mag. So once that gets rolling, we can do that and satisfy all you 380 children.
Yeah, I could see that, especially with the 365.
Yeah.
So what other products do you guys have on there? You guys have like 1911 kits, or
Yeah, 1911s we haven't had for a long time, and the reason for that is that our guy that makes them for us, he's selling all of his retail. So I haven't been bugging him. He makes way more money selling it retail than selling it to me. So
yeah,
we just kind of let him do his thing. But we have some good parts there when we have them. Then like I said, we're doing some of the 3D printing side of it too. So we have some FNS 40 cal kits. I'm not sure if we have many or any of those left.
nice. Somebody actually asked about that earlier. That's awesome.
Yeah. So if somebody wants one, you're gonna have to check. We might not have any. And then it's like I said, the Smith & Wesson Shield, M&P Shield's on there. We're gonna release M&P Shield or M&P just a regular, what is it, M&P 9, I guess, or 2.0, 9mm, whatever the compact, like G19 size would be. One of our designers is working on that right now.
So like the full size, not like the single stack shields,
right.
the regular size.
Yeah, like the regular size double stack. I don't know what they call it. I get M&P 2.0 compact, I guess.
Yeah.
So we'll release a file for I don't think there's one out there yet for the 3D printing for the frame of that, but we've been working with Chairman Juan too. Have you seen any of his stuff?
No.
3D print. So he adds like some stipple patterns to the grips that you just print. So when you print your frame, it comes out of the printer, and some of his prints look like factory guns that were hand stippled. So we're working with him. He's added some texture to our 365, and then he'll do some of our P320 grips, and then just whatever we have else, coming down the line. So pretty excited about that.
Nice. I imagine you got to get your settings right. Yeah. You got to read the README file. All you guys just go right to printing.
Yeah. Good thing is a spool of material is only like $25. So
yeah,
you can screw it up a bunch and still be all right.
Yeah, I got a full spool of red PLA Plus on a printer that John Crump actually gave me that isn't currently working, but I found out that all I need to do is likely put a piece of glass on the bed, binder clip that shit, and just because I think one of the it's unlevel, but I think one of the bars is actually warped on it. So
gotcha.
Yeah, so I need to mess.
A lot of the fixes are usually pretty easy.
Yeah,
with some of those. So
yeah, I definitely need some. I had a dude that I actually met online through some communities help me, and dude, he was on the phone with me for like 2 hours, walking me through like doing all the pre-settings. Like, this community is so freaking helpful and generally speaking, nice and honest and helpful. Like, and that's kind of why I wanted to do this, because like when I saw your products and full disclosure, guys, like like we're not like exchanging anything between him and I. We're just like, I wanted a guest, and he has a super rad business and with great prices. So I want to, be able to pass that along to the community, because believe it or not, you guys are constantly hitting me up about, hey, I want to do this build. where should I get this? Where should I get this? What should I do? So now you literally have one place to go instead of me telling you, go here to get the slide, go here to get the parts kit, go here to get the, all that. I've actually done builds where I have literally sourced every single part of a Glock at different places. And good God, that's where I did my unicorn build, which is all like chameleon and rainbow, whatever you want to call it. So now you guys have one place to go and you can save some money.
Yeah.
So
yeah, cool. And then we got a coupon for you too. I think I just
that's right.
I forgot to do that until I actually did it right before we jumped on. But
hell yeah.
Yeah, DARK. I think it's $10 off and then free shipping too. So
oh hell yeah. I'm about to put a banner up for that.
Yeah.
Dude, that makes me feel so special. This is the first time I've had a like a code for something like that. Yeah. Use code dark or and it's JSDSupply.com.
Yeah. I'm just going through some of the comments here. Yeah, we got a Scorpion. Someone else I saw earlier, and then Putang mentioned it again. We're going to be working on a CZ Scorpion parts. Those files are out already. We have an 80% of that down at ATF too. That's been like 2.5 years.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, and it's so blatantly obvious that it doesn't meet the definition of a firearm, but you got to deal with the ATF on that. It's a side plate. Somebody else was talking about a 1919 and a Maudus, I think, earlier too. The CZ Scorpion is very similar. It's the ejection side plate. So the right side plate is the firearm that's serialized. So we did an 80% of that, and then not long ago, the AWCY guys, they put out the 3D files for that, which is awesome. So there's tons of fully printed 3D printed CZ Scorpion builds. So
yeah, that's the first place I saw it online a little bit. Then I saw Print Shoot Repeat do like a full video on it, and it was actually, so as I was watching it, he was like, yeah, I printed this in PTFE, and I started thinking, like, before he shot it, I was like, well, that'd be hard, but it'd be brittle, right? Like, wouldn't that? And then he shoots it and just it just breaks into 200 pieces.
Yeah,
which is also sad as hell, man, because like, God knows how much time you put into that freaking print, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of filament, a lot of time.
Right.
I could only imagine if, he's like a lot of us, he's probably like off out at work or doing whatever on his phone, watching his 3D printers at home,
Right.
Like, God, man. But he ended up doing it in, I think, just traditional PLA.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm not sure what he did, but yeah, he's done a bunch of really good stuff.
Yeah.
Really great builds over there.
It was either PLA or PLA Plus, and John Crump said, just tell the ATF I said to approve it.
Yeah.
Agent Crump. Yeah. There's a joke that people actually think that we're all ATF agents, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I love it. I was with Rob Pincus there at the AWCY shoot down in Florida, and like I'm not on YouTube a whole lot or follow a whole lot of the drama that happens, but it was hilarious, the people that were like sending me messages and stuff like, why are you with Rob Pincus? I'm like, because we're doing this shoot. And they're like, well, he's ATF FBI. So I started making all these memes during the weekend. I just privately, just at the show, I was like, hey Rob, look at this one I made for you. So it's just wild to hear these people talk about, I don't know.
You gotta say
celebrities, but like, it's just weird. Like the personalities, I guess, on, in the gun community.
Yeah.
You say one thing they don't like, and all of a sudden you're FBI informant or
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it's literally like the only way to address it, because you can never convince anyone of anything. Like, it doesn't matter. You can show, and CRS Firearms has dealt with this too, where he's had crazy stuff alleged, and he's like, oh, no problem, here's proof, and they're like, Yes, but
That's exactly what somebody that would do that would have.
I know, right? Of course, you have a screenshot of exact proof and evidence, So it's like you'll never convince them. So the best thing you could do is just have a blast and laugh about it, and just make jokes. Like he, I don't know if anyone's ever seen this. Anyone watching? In the background, there's a plaque, and the plaque says ATF Agent of the Year, like in his background, and then he has an ATF windbreaker draped over his jacket that he does live streams on.
That's awesome.
So it's just like you got to embrace it.
Yeah.
CRS is still sus, of course. Yeah. I'm sorry, and I kept cutting you off. You have some other products too. I saw the. I think I'm not sure if it was for a factory Glock or for P80s, but it's the brace kit.
Yeah, it's for the P80s. Yep. So we had a few of those in. I think we sold out, so we got to get some more. But it's the Recover tactical brace. I think they call it the 2080 or the 8020. It's really slick. It mounts right to the rail in the front, and then the little brace folds out from the side. It's really neat. One of our guys built one up, put a bunch of tactical stuff on it. It looks sweet. So yeah, those are pretty fun too.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna do a quick screen share just so people can kind of see. And I mean, are you cool if I pull up your website and kind of show people some stuff?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So this is the Recover Tactical. It says 2020 stabilizer. And it may be different per, who knows if that's like for a Glock 20. But basically, yeah, it's a, what do you call it? Dude, I'm drawing a blank on, it's a brace system, but like a chassis kind of, clips to the front rail. Turns it into a pistol caliber carbine style pistol, and also has a spot where you can put a secondary mag in there, or you can take it off and rock a light. But I got to mess with one at John's, and that thing is slick, man. I'd say the only upgrade that I would want to do to make it a little more friendly, like ergonomically, would be put one of those stupid, ridiculous, I usually call them, charging handles in the back, because it's kind of hard to rack it if there's not like a red dot on it or something that you can grab onto really well. But man,
that picture you have pulled up right now, if you look, that rear sight is replaced with like a little grab handle, so they make that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Recovery Tactical makes that?
Yep. So exactly for the reason you're saying. And then
I thought that was
another guy that makes like awesome. a side charging handle that'll go on there too. Tactical Dev or shoot. Anyway, there's another guy that makes a cool attachment.
Yeah, that's a game changer, because that. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's because that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, man, like this would be so much easier to run if I just had something. I mean, you could still run it,
Yeah. That initial charge, it's kind of hard to do without something to grab onto there.
Yeah. Having a red dot mounted to it would definitely help too. But I didn't even know they had that piece. That's a game changer. But I mean that thing turns it into a super small, very usable PDW style setup.
Yeah.
You did, Flying Rich. You were there as well.
I want to know how everybody got an invite to the Crump compound and I was nowhere to be found.
Oh, man.
I want to hear a comment from John Crump on that.
I wish Dark is my favorite Fed. Thank you, Thirsty. Yeah, you know what? I wish that we could have had you there and more people, because we kind of did it like on a whim, because like Flying Rich was driving and he was just spending the night there, kind of like a halfway point on the way to New York. And Crump was like, yeah, we were supposed to do a stream together. He was going to be this. We were like, okay, let's just do it, all three of us. Boom.
Nice.
And we had Light, who's the other part of DLD After Dark. who's just kind of taking a little hiatus currently. He was on the stream as well. It was just a few weeks ago. And Joe Morris says, 10-year-old threads on Glock Talk spoke of a G20 conversion for the 7.62 Tokarev that was successful, claiming a 4,000 round count. Hold on. That they converted a Glock 20 to 7.62 by what, 25? No, that's blackout. To 7.62 Tokarev? Yeah, that's interesting. I would love to see that. What's up, Ben Dover? Ben Dover. He said, "Oh, that's going to be illegal."
Yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing too, because the ATF kind of jumped on, and I know for anyone that may have just jumped in here, we kind of hit on the force reset trigger a little bit and what's going on, but they also kind of jumped on the pistol chassis like this because they're saying, well, it's already a pistol, so putting it in a chassis that gives it a brace, because it is already a pistol by definition, that just makes it, usable with two hands, because we all know people only shoot pistols with one hand, right? Bullshit.
Right.
So I don't know. They're after those too. I mean, let's be honest, guys. They're after everything. They're trying to borrow your rights as often as possible, so it won't sting as much when they remove them.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the death by 1,000 cuts. Also, man. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to pull up your site here. So
they got the public comment open right now for the arm braces too. So
yeah,
the receiver change ends tonight. I think in about an hour and a half. I think it ends at midnight tonight. So we're up over. We were 260,000 comments. Now they're not all on our side, but good bit of them are. Point. So they had Mom's Demand and all those groups were starting their email campaign last week, and so we jumped on GOA and a bunch of other vendors and dealers and personalities were sending out different emails and social media blasts and stuff. So hopefully we're able to combat their comment puking. But yeah, I'm looking right now, about 270,000 comments received, about 167,000 are published. So it's going to be a while. I don't know how long it takes for them to read all their stuff, all those comments, but I'm under the understanding that they have to read each one and reply or make a comment to them. So it's going to be a while before they make any action, I hope. So
do you genuinely believe that that the comments can truly make a difference?
Yeah, I mean, the comments ended up backing Obama down from the green tip 5.56 ammo, whenever that was, 2014, 15 maybe or something. I don't remember exactly, but I want to say they got about 250,000. So yeah, Crump says 30 to 60 days and then another 60 to 90 after that. So that's kind of worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I hope they just drop it all together. I don't know. I'm not sure what the chances of that are, but that would be my preferred outcome is nothing happens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, that's, it's so crazy to me that, what's up 28EDU? It's so crazy to me that, they create the NFA, they create the GCA, we comply. They call our compliance, skating around the law or, finding a workaround or a loophole or some bullshit. And the reality is that it is just compliance to their actual legislation.
Right.
And now because they can't legislate this shit, they're trying to, rule it by opinions and regulations and restrictions and, whatever. It drives me crazy. But I see pistol braces as compliance. I own several Class 3 items, and I still find pistol braces. I mean, all of this, regardless of if you have that preference of, well, I don't, I run pistol braces, I don't run pistol braces, or it's not truly about the brace. It's not about the FRT, the force reset trigger from Rare Breed. It's not about the bump stock, right? It is the fact that allowing them to, take these items from us is setting the precedent for them to take another step and take another step and take another, scoop out of it one step at a time. And, we cannot allow them to do that. And I know every single man has a line, and whatever that line is for you, God bless you, and, do your thing. But this is just pure craziness that we've been dealing with. 28EDU says many anti-gunners on the forum on the frames rule comments. I was just over there. They seem to have big momentum tonight. And I will say that they go pretty nuts when it goes, because they can just publicly share all this stuff and get all their friends and people that don't even know anything about it to go in and write shit. Whereas if we, are open and public about it, we're, fired from our jobs, where, I'm saying, people that are more freedom loving, people lose their jobs, people, get socially casted out of the I don't know. It's just crazy.
Right. And then one of the things I noticed too about all these anti-comments are all copy and paste. And so from the beginning, we were kind of told, or the thought was that if everything is copy and pasted comments, they don't count. It's one comment. I did a little bit of research on just unrelated things about these comments, that there was a company, I don't know, it's unrelated, doesn't matter what the issue was, but they submitted like 100,000 comments through a bot. Like they created, they had some computer nerd create a bot that made all these comments on, for their side on this regulations website. And they ended up getting found out here, not long ago, and facing all kinds of trouble, blah, blah, whatever. So anyhow, I'm hoping that copy and paste comments don't count or aren't weighted as heavily, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is that it's only our natural rights given to us by our creator being trampled on.
Yeah, that's all.
No big deal. So here's some, I just happened to be on the images tab when I pulled up JSD Supply. And for anyone that's just popping in here, this is Jordan from JSD Supply, who has a dope-ass website with a gang of shit for Glock builds, P80 kits. He has SIG 3. You have 320 stuff? 320. He's working on some 365 stuff. Smith & Wesson M&P stuff. I mean, very innovative shit, and it's all made in the U.S. So I'm going to go through some of these pictures. It looks like could these be customer photos? Or
that's probably our rear serration only slide we did for a little while.
Gotcha.
It's probably got our website there. Yeah, that's our website.
Yeah, the front serrations.
There's the Judah one there. That's our workhorse. That's the G19 Judah line. So front rear serration is kind of just a basic workhorse there.
Nice. So that's some random person on Reddit saying, my JSD Supply P80 frame build kit completed with the Patmos Judah. So if you guys have ever been shopping around and found Patmos slides, Jordan with JSD Supply founded that company. That is slick. The 43.
Yeah.
So I have a 43X, and that's like my everyday carry. And I've been really tempted to get one of the single stack 43 kits just to have an option to switch it over to a small like micro compact. But I also love the 15+1 capacity with the Shield Arms S15 magazines. Right. But that's slick. Okay, nice. That's the 26 Judah Patmos line. Okay, so this is a blog. Okay,
that's off our blog post. Yeah, it's a Wilson Combat P320.
Damn, that thing is fire.
Yeah, they're pretty slick.
Your 320 kits, there's a little bit more work into it. I think it kind of intimidates people. Can you kind of walk them through an idea of what that entails?
Yeah, so there you're looking at it there. So the one on the left where you're kind of under your mouse is finished, and then the one on the right is the way you would receive it. So you got to bend the rails down. I mean, the whole thing's not hard. You're bending rails, and our jig is designed to do all that. We designed it to be able to use just a household hammer, and that's the way I do it, and I think it's the best way to do it. So basically, there's a two-step bend to it. So you pound it down about halfway, flip the top plate long ways, put it back down in, and then beat the thing with a hammer till it's almost flat. You don't want to get it exactly flat, but almost.
Yeah.
And then you just clamp it into a vise and drill out like 7 or 8 holes down each side. Touch it up a little bit with a Dremel or some kind of tool like that, and assemble your parts and off you go. We have a really good video on our YouTube channel. It's
Nice.
like a CAD drawing video, so you don't see my fat fingers in the way and blocking how I put the sear in or whatever. So it's all super detailed, shows you step by step every single last detail of it. On how to finish it. So, and that includes putting the internal parts in too. Because people just aren't as familiar with the P320 as the Glock. I mean, the Glock's been around since the 80s. P320's only been out for, I don't know, 6-7 years or something like that. So
yeah, that's something I haven't ventured into. I've done a lot of, and I will always I just have fun doing them. The Glock builds, but that will likely be the next thing that I venture into. Because I don't have anything 320. I don't even have any gear for the 320.
Yep.
Anything, but that's probably gonna be the next thing that I venture into because it's just cool, man. And I think initially you kind of start working with some polymer, and then people kind of venture into metal. And the moment the moment I drilled through the rear trunnion of an AK, I was like, okay, I got this. I can do this,
Yeah.
I put I have a chrome and plum AK, and I never put a brace or SBR, didn't put a stock on it because I was like, I'd have to put a new rear trunnion in and get it refinished because it's chrome, and then I found PSA put out the plum triangle folder brace, and I was like, okay, boom. So got an adapter. I refinished it in a stainless color, so it kind of looks like it's supposed to be there, and got the plum folder on it. It's beautiful, but that really kind of made me more comfortable with working with metal. And I think that typically kind of pushes people away because they're like, I can drill through polymer, that's easy. Metal, ooh, I don't know, but guys, it's worth it, and it's fun to tinker with that shit. And even if you jack it up, there's really no way you can truly jack it up, and then it goes inside of the receiver completely, so no one can see your shitty
yeah. We've seen some really bad ones. I'm like, man, I don't know what happened there. Does it work? Oh yeah, it works great, thanks. I'm like, okay, cool. You can't see it. It's you put it down into the grip module.
If John Crump can do it, anyone can do it.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
But that's definitely something. So this is featured on TFB.
Yeah, that was a SHOT Show.
Nice.
And then if you go 2 pictures over from where you were.
2 pictures over. Sorry, hold on.
To the right.
Oh, to the right?
I can't see your mouse right now. Do you see the
back.
Over in the search results?
Let me go back here. That one?
Yeah, that one. So that's the 365.
Nice.
So that's our next one. So we showed it at SHOT Show in, what was that, 2019, I guess? And we're all gung-ho. That's a 3D printed part there. It was out of spec, but it gives you an idea what it was. But similar idea to the 320. So it drops down inside that grip module. You can't see it, and everything rides on that. So, but that's very, very soon to be ready to go.
Yeah, that's awesome. And thank you to our friends at TFB TV. We've had James Reeves on before, who's just a pure freaking Chad, and That's dope. So that one is 3D printed.
Yeah.
Just to kind of show for like scale and for kind of concept, right?
Yeah. I mean, it would work if they could if they could dial in the tolerances. It is structurally fine to function the way we need it to, but they
Really?
just can't hold the tolerances, and so
Yeah, it would be kind of
we
like
go a different route.
a throwaway.
Yeah.
That's probably a bad term to use, but a dispose. Yeah, no, we won't touch that. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here.
It's just a blog post, probably.
Yeah, another 26 this here.
That's the P320 chassis there.
Nice. It's crazy. It just looks so wow.
That's really cool. Yeah, we're gonna be working with him here pretty soon too. So he made that's a 3D printed frame, and then it takes grip panels, also 3D printed. So you can print wood. It's not great, but for side panels, it looks like a 1911.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So that's some of our parts in that.
Nice.
Build there too. So,
dude, that's awesome. So you spoke with this guy, and you're gonna do some stuff with him?
Yeah, we're working with him. That's what we're trying to do next. That's kind of our next push is the 3D market. So we're trying to get lined up with some of the kind of the top guys and mid guys, and even some newer guys if they have some cool stuff.
Well,
you do like some sponsorship stuff and that sort of thing.
You're probably already very well connected, but if you need an intro, like to Cody Wilson, he's been on a couple times. Anybody, just feel free to reach out.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we know Cody.
Nice.
All the time.
All right, so this is the website at JSD Supply. You can shop by brand. Usually what I do when I shop by brand is I just click on the Glock.
Do category there. If you do category, it'll pull that up.
Category, that's right. Glock, yeah. So 3D printed frames, Glock, 1911, 6 hour. And of course, and we didn't touch on this, I'm sorry. AR, AR-10, CZ, and jigs. So lots of different options in the categories here. And I'd say what people mostly hit me up on is, where to get parts for their Glock builds. So the Recover Tactical, that's only $99.
Yeah.
Dude, that's not bad at all. And don't forget, if you're going to jump on, use code DARK, and you can save some money and get free shipping. Hell yeah.
Yeah. One of my guys texted me, said that our 23s are in, and he thinks our barrels are in too. So we'll be putting those up next few days.
Hell yeah.
And then we got
for all you 40 cal guys out there.
Yeah, if you 40 cal babies, quit crying. They'll be on soon.
And then they'll just be sitting there and they won't sell. Right?
Yeah. It's what happens. It's literally what happens every single time. Every time we have a good bit of 40s in, nobody buys them. 3 people do. And then we have them for a long time. And then the Revelation 26 and 17 slides are done too. So we just got to get those put on the site.
He said, "Oh snap!" And I get a code. Hell yeah, yeah. Use code DARK, DARK. Yeah, you get $10 off, and that's kind of cool because I was thinking like 10% off up to $100 could only be $5 if you bought a parts kit, but you actually get $10 off and free shipping. So thank JSD Supply for that. Trying to help out the community. So parts kits, and love the parts kits. I got to play with one of those as well. They seem like really good quality, man. Like damn near OEM.
Yeah.
If not just as good or better. It's hard for me to tell, but I've seen some really cheap eBay shit that is just terrible.
Yeah. We used to run only factory internals, and then it just gets expensive. And then like just what just happened, Glock shuts everybody off. So I'd have been out of business basically, or, business would be cut down 75% of what it is. So we found a good supplier and manufacturer. So we we do some big deals to get awesome pricing and then just pass it through to everybody else. Sorry, Rich, we don't have any AR9s.
Sorry, Richie Rich.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, as time goes on, if demand were to, require it, you guys may expand into some other stuff. But
yeah, definitely. We're always looking for other stuff. We ran some AR9s for a while, but the problem is they're expensive, the receiver themselves. So it just, and we don't sell a ton of them, so we have no buying power there. So we just kind of stay with the basics as far as ARs go. We don't do a ton of that. There's so many guys that do ARs. That's why we started into pistols. When I didn't have any money or business was pretty small, I thought, well, I'm going to invest all my time and resources into something that other people aren't, but I think there's a huge upside to, and that's how we started the pistol stuff down, going down that route.
Hell yeah. Well, and honestly, I got to say, like, before we kind of cruise through some more products, like that what kind of got me into, focusing more on, because I build an assload of rifles, but I wanted to focus more on building pistols because we all have this like crazy fantasy of like the Boog and like how would we react and what we would do in a world without rule of law. And the reality is that, like, if God forbid something like that ever happened, throwing on an overt plate carrier and slinging up a rifle is probably not the best first thing to do. So it's likely that arming yourself with a pistol that you may have built by yourself at home, or pistols, arming yourself and others with something concealable and high capacity may be your best option. That and a blue chem light, which, Jordan, you may not understand that yet, but we'll get you there.
Yeah, all right.
Here's the Patmos Judah 17, 149. That's epic. The 19 Judah 139. It's on sale. Damn. Okay, I may buy one of those tonight. 21, 26. The 43, that's out of stock because it's so flippin' awesome. The Revelation Compact, that's sick. That's dope for a carry gun. Hold up. So a complete slide with an RMR cut and windows, complete slide with barrel, parts kit, and all that, and a lower parts kit is $389.
Yeah.
What? So you're doing this for charity?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. We try to not take advantage of our customer base, and I got to plug in different headphones here. Bear with me.
Oh damn! Your audio just like went like from 20 to like 100% perfect, like that.
Oh, is it better up here?
Oh, no, whatever you just did to change it, like it was like crystal clear audio.
Oh, has it been bad the whole time? Is that better?
Oh no, not bad. It was just a lot better, more clear. But you have been very clear the whole time.
Okay, cool.
It just seemed like it was just like as clear as like Bill Cosby whispering in my ear. PF940C frame build kit minus the frame because AFT for $319. All those are on sale. Zafiri Precision 34, and some of these may not be in stock, guys. You got to look. The PF45, so some of these may not be in stock, but and some of these the price is displayed when you put them in the cart. So let me go to the second page here, just check them out. Yeah, I'm really interested in the 320. That's kind of, even though I have 219 builds, I have to finish too. Damn, yeah, that single stack frame is calling my name. Okay, so we got the single stack frame. We got the PF9.
I don't know if you can still hear me.
Oh, yep.
These headphones in.
Yep, I can hear you perfectly. So the Polymer 80 PF9 SS and the SS 80, that's what, Shield Arms MP80? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
I had to adjust my earphones.
You're good. So the Polymer 80 PF9 SS and the SS Arms and P80.
Wait, say it again. Sorry, my stuff cut out.
That's all right. So these two right here, the Polymer 80 PF9 SS and the SS80. This is Shield Arms.
No, that's
Or
Glock Store. It's Glock Store.
Glock Store.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So single stack 80.
What's the other one? Strike. I was thinking of Strike. Do you guys carry the Strike Industries lower?
Yeah, we just had a couple boxes in stock yesterday. They sold out in like 15 minutes, but
Wow.
I don't know if they quit making them or what. They got a little bit skittish whenever the rule change started, so took us forever to get them in. Finally got them, and then they kind of quit making them. So.
Oh, and there's a rail on this on the single stack.
The single stack. Yeah.
And is that a traditional size rail, or is it like one of the micro rails?
Yeah, it's a micro, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I haven't tested it, but
yeah, 119. That's a good deal, and that comes with the jig.
Yeah.
Jesus. And is there a lower parts kit on here for the 43?
Yeah, there should be. Yep, I think they're.
Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot for.
Yeah. I'm always on the back end of the website. I'm never looking at the retail side of it.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, out of stock. These are the Strike 80s. Those are just really freaking cool, man. Just the geometry of it, like the way it looks, the fact that it fits in Glock holsters. Because one of the things that I'm known to do is when I get a P80, I'll literally start removing some of the exaggerated features of the trigger guard because I want it like a little less crazy. But prove you took the slipper off, you freaking weirdo. I think 100% of them are actual values yet. So guys, I'd say in chat, any questions that you have, feel free to let me know. Any questions for Jordan, and then we'll wrap up here in a minute. For sure, too afraid. Okay, some side conversations y'all are having look very interesting. Definitely a blue chem light. Okay, so I'll if you guys have questions for Jordan or any shout outs, or if you've gotten any of his products, make sure to shout them out. About to get FDE light slide. Hell yeah. If you're gonna buy something, if you've bought something, if you just love the fact that he came on, or if you have a question, make sure you shout them out in the comments. And while you guys do that, I'll go over the blue chem light story. So is your audio good? Can you hear me?
Okay? Yeah. Yep.
All right, cool. So basically, as always, me and like the other two guys that like we first started the channel together, we were on stream and we were kind of chatting and we were saying like, okay, if like the boog like really started, 2A EDU, damn dude, thanks brother. Shout out to JSD for actually fighting for the 2A and battling FUD gun show promoters. Hell yeah. Number one, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And I know that recently 2A EDU had been demonetized, and now I think he is remonetized. But, cool. Our whole community is here to support you, brother. And anything you do, anything you need us to do, you let us know. We were talking about like, because our channel was, originally founded upon like, self-sustainability, right? Like realizing the fact that we don't have complete control of our water, of our food, of our, structure, like our homes, of our security, like they're all kind of hanging by a thread, and that anyone could just flip the switch, take it from us. And those resources are the most valuable in this this life of consumerism that we're living in kind of leaves like a thinly veiled, a feeling of freedom, but in reality, it's just convenience. And so we started talking about things you could do. We've done videos from everything from people from farming bees to building portable water stills to, water storage and just like anything you could think of, agriculture, horticultural stuff, like everything. Hunting, air guns. We've done it all. But anyway, so we're talking about okay, if the Boog truly started, then we got almost 2,000 people here. How could we truly determine who's who in the Boog? Because somebody said we could wear a Kim light. I said okay, but other people may be wearing Kim lights too.
Right.
But they rock green Kim lights, yellow Kim lights, red, orange Kim lights, but no one rocks a blue Kim light. So we'll just, rock a blue Kim light and, kind of making a joke of it. You turn a corner and see a dude with a rifle and then you're like, whoo, he's got a blue Kim light
blue
on.
Kim light. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. And it's also kind of a play on, since, all of us are federal agents.
Yeah.
It's a play on the word glowies. Basically saying that all of us glow and all of us are glowies, which is a term for feds. So that's where our logo for glowies comes from. So
nice. Yeah. I see that.
So I'll send you a couple blue Kim lights.
Cool.
After this. The goddamn bacon. What's up, brother? Would the future felons of America be able to purchase these and carry them once they actually become felons? I'm just asking for a friend here. I'm going to allow that question to be unanswered. Now, one's beliefs may be that if someone is incarcerated, then their rights don't expire. And this is just Dark speaking here from my opinion. Their rights don't expire. Their access changes while they're, incarcerated. And they are removed from their property, then maybe when they're released, they could regain access to their property once they have served their time and paid their debt to the community. Now, is that, well, I'm not going to get into a whole crazy natural law conversation, but it's up for debate. 28EDU, thank you again for the super chat. We need to support businesses like JSD, Defense Distributed, P80. These companies are getting ready to fight like hell in court and it won't be cheap. Absolutely. Support JSD. Guys, if you are even considering doing a build, just get parts, because right now the ATF is literally attacking right in front of you your ability to build guns at home, which has been 100% legal. It is, never even been really challenged until it became more common to build guns at home. So I would encourage you, if you're even considering doing a build in the future, just get shit and just sit on it. Also regarding P80, they have an employee whose child just recently was diagnosed with childhood cancer, which John Crump, that hits really close to him because of what he's gone through with his family. So on September 11th, we're going to be doing a fundraiser stream. I think it's going from 8 till midnight. And we're going to be on there giving a lot of shit away, giving, parts away, kits, and all sorts of stuff. I think a lot of them are coming from P80, or maybe, are you getting involved with that as well?
Yeah, we're giving away, I don't know, four or five build kits on there. We'll probably do some matching too for a while or whatever. Maybe we'll match the whole thing, whatever's donated. So we'll see how it goes. I think Pewtang's going to be on there too.
Awesome.
Yeah, so a bunch of guys are going to get on there. So I've known Dan for a long time, just through the business. He was our first sales rep back before their pistol even came out. He and I would talk a little bit. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man. Seeing any little one. I love kids. I got 3 kids, and it's tough to see them hurt. And as a dad, you can't you can't fix it. So, as a man, you want to be able to do what you can to help your kids and save them from any kind of harm. And it's pretty tough. It's tough to hear. I mean, I've never met his kids, but it's tough for me to hear it and read his updates and stuff. So anything we can do to help him out, we're going to do. So.
Yeah, and I would encourage all you guys to come on September the 11th. There's going to be a whole slew of gun tubers and companies, and I'll be on there. We'll have Hank Strange on there. We'll have, I think, Flying Rich and Swamp Dog and JSD and Shooting Gallery New England, and I think the Josh and Josh guys. There's going to be a lot of people. And yeah, whatever we can do to help. And, and 28EDU is going to be there too. Awesome. Yeah, I wasn't going to throw that out unless I was like certain I wasn't going to volunteer your time. But yeah, man. And like 28EDU said, we have to fight back. And the best way for us to fight back is to, put all of these build kits in common use and have in my opinion, having as much peaceful non-compliance as possible is the best route. And pencil me in. Hell yeah, kick-a-boogan. Thank you. Cool. Well, you got anything else you want to hit on, Jordan?
I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You got a hell of a business or businesses. What you've done with Patmos Arms, what you've done with JSD Supply, I think is huge. And especially a time like now, like over the last year and a half, you see all these manufacturers and all these companies that are just, taking advantage of the times. And you guys have just remained really consistent as you can with pricing and just arming people. And I think that's a valiant effort at what we're up against. So I'm grateful for you, your company, and everything that you're doing to help, put firearms in the hands of good people.
Yeah, thanks, man. No, I totally appreciate it. Thank you for your support and putting us on your show and hanging out. It's been awesome. Love all the support in the comments too. Some of you guys are pretty crazy, so that's fun.
Yeah, they're an interesting bunch. A lot of times I see people when they jump in chat, they're like, "Good evening, degenerates." But we're all crazy, and at the same time, one of the biggest things that I push on the channel is, like I always say, rule number one is be kind, and I encourage every single person. Nice. Thanks. Too many choices. I encourage everyone to truly live a life of care, compassion, contribution, like contribute to others in your community, in your actual physical community, and that may be in the firearm community as well. And just be good people, be good to each other, and also practice violence and be as dangerous as you possibly can be, while being just a good person as well. So with that, I'll end on this, that we give every single one of our guests the opportunity to name the stream. So you get to name the stream anything you want, and it's all up to you. So go.
Wow, I'm on the spot. How about we throw the coupon code in there, Dark, and what is it, episode 69? Dark 69, maybe.
Dark 69. Dang, P10 Clint. That'll catch some eyes. Dang, P10 Clint. I don't know if I've ever even seen that color on my channel before. Jeez, that's that's awesome. P10 Clan with the big ass super chat. Stay free, y'all. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. And anything we can do to support JSD, go buy a parts kit, go buy a slide, go buy something, get off your ass and go build something. Stop buying shit. Don't live this life of consumerism. So all right, so I'll name it Dark 69.
There you go.
Awesome, man. Dude, I appreciate you coming on, man. You can hit me up anytime. You can come on anytime. And I encourage all you guys to go check out JSD Supply and get some killer Patmos shit.
Thanks, man.
All right, brother. Take care.
Yeah.
Sorry to keep you up past your bedtime.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, brother. Take care, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was pretty awesome, man. He's Dark 69 sounds dirty. It does. It does. It sounds very dirty. I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream, y'all. I appreciate you guys. And remember, if you go to JSD Supply, buy something, code DARK will get you $10 off of shit that's already really fairly priced. And also some of it's on sale as well, and you get free shipping. So enjoy. Thank Jordan at JSD Supply, not me. And thank you, Crump and Flying Rich and all you guys for, hooking us up. I appreciate that. And remember, stay safe, stay dangerous, practice violence in the healthiest way possible. I love y'all. Peace.